Welcome everyone. Today we are going to talk about something that almost every person struggles with at some point in life. Self-confidence. Not fake confidence. Not temporary motivation. Not pretending to be strong. Real confidence. The kind of confidence that stays even when life becomes difficult. The kind of confidence that does not break when people doubt you. The kind of confidence that comes from understanding yourself deeply and living with clarity. Many people try to build confidence from the outside. They focus on appearance. They look for approval. They depend on praise. For a short time, it works. But when criticism comes, confidence disappears. When failure comes, confidence shakes. When comparison starts, confidence breaks. Why? Because that confidence was never strong. It was built on external things. Today, we are going to learn a different way. A deeper way. A timeless way. We are going to learn how to build self-confidence using the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. This is not just a religious text. It is a guide for life. A guide for the mind. A guide for inner strength. And if you understand it correctly, it can completely change how you see yourself. If you are serious about building real self-confidence from within, make sure you subscribe. On this channel, you will get clear systems, practical wisdom, and powerful life lessons that help you grow stronger, think clearly, and live with confidence. Subscribe now and let's grow together. Let us begin. The first lesson of confidence from the Bhagavad Gita is simple but powerful. You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. You are not your past failures. Most people lose confidence because they identify with their temporary thoughts and emotions. When fear comes, they think, I am weak. When doubt comes, they think, I am not capable. When failure happens, they think, I am not good enough. But this is the mistake. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches Arjuna that the true self is beyond fear. The real self is stable, strong, and untouched by temporary emotions. Fear comes and goes. Doubt comes and goes. But your true nature remains. When you understand this deeply, something changes inside you. You stop reacting to every negative thought. You stop believing every fear. You start observing instead of panicking. Confidence begins at this point. When you realize that your thoughts are not always true. When you realize that your emotions do not define you. When you stop saying, I am afraid, and start saying, fear is present, but I am still in control. This small shift creates a big difference. Because now, you are not controlled by your mind. You are guiding your mind. The second lesson is about action. Most people think confidence comes first, and then action follows. But the Bhagavad Gita teaches the opposite. Action comes first. Confidence follows. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. But that moment never comes. Because confidence is not the starting point. It is a result. Krishna tells Arjuna to take action without overthinking the result. This is called focused action. When you keep thinking about success or failure, your mind becomes weak. But when you focus on doing your duty, your mind becomes strong. This is one of the most practical ways to build confidence. For example, if you want to speak confidently, do not wait until you feel confident. Speak first. Even if your voice shakes. Even if your words are not perfect. Because every time you act despite fear, you send a message to your brain. The message is simple. I can do this. And with repetition, this message becomes belief. And belief becomes confidence. The third lesson is about detachment from results. This is one of the most misunderstood ideas, but also one of the most powerful. Many people lose confidence because they are too attached to outcomes. They think, if I succeed, I am good. If I fail, I am not good. This creates pressure. And pressure destroys confidence. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that you have control over your actions, not over the results. When you focus only on results, you create anxiety. But when you focus on effort, you create strength. This does not mean you stop caring about success. It means you stop depending on success for your self-worth. When you adopt this mindset, something powerful happens. You become fearless in action. Because now, failure does not define you. It becomes feedback, not identity. And when failure stops affecting your identity, your confidence becomes stable. The fourth lesson is mastering the mind. Your mind can be your biggest supporter or your biggest enemy. If your mind is negative, your confidence will always be low. If your mind is disciplined, your confidence will naturally grow. The Bhagavad Gita explains that an uncontrolled mind leads to distraction, confusion, and weakness. But a controlled mind leads to clarity, focus, and strength. So how do you control the mind? Not by force, but by training. You train your mind by observing your thoughts. You train your mind by not reacting instantly. You train your mind by choosing what to focus on. For example, when a negative thought comes, instead of believing it immediately, pause. Question it. Replace it with a better thought. Over time, this practice builds mental strength. And mental strength is the foundation of confidence. Because when your mind is calm and clear, you make better decisions. You speak better. You act better. And slowly, your confidence grows without effort. The fifth lesson is self-discipline. Confidence is not built in one day. It is built through daily actions. Small actions. Repeated actions. Consistent actions. Many people want confidence, but they avoid discipline. They want results without effort. That is why they stay stuck. The Bhagavad Gita teaches the importance of discipline in daily life. Waking up on time. Doing your work properly. Controlling your habits. These may look simple, but they create powerful internal strength. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-trust increases. And self-trust is confidence. If you say you will do something and you do it, your mind starts believing in you. But if you keep breaking your promises, your mind loses trust. So confidence is not something you think. It is something you build through actions. The sixth lesson is purpose. When you live without purpose, your confidence becomes weak. Because you do not know what you are doing or why you are doing it. But when you have a clear purpose, your actions become meaningful. And meaningful actions create strong confidence. Arjuna was confused in the beginning. He did not want to fight. He doubted himself. But when Krishna reminded him of his purpose, his clarity returned. And with clarity, his confidence returned. In your life, you need to ask simple questions. What is important to me? What do I want to become? What kind of life do I want to live? When you have clear answers, your mind stops wandering. Your energy becomes focused. And focused energy creates confidence. The seventh lesson is acceptance. Many people lose confidence because they keep fighting reality. They compare themselves with others. They wish things were different. They regret the past. They worry about the future. All of this creates mental noise. The Bhagavad Gita teaches acceptance of what is, not as weakness, but as strength. When you accept your current situation, you stop wasting energy. And when you stop wasting energy, you can use that energy for growth. Acceptance does not mean you stop improving. It means you stop complaining and start acting. It means you accept where you are, and then you move forward with clarity. This creates peace. And peace creates confidence. The eighth lesson is faith. Not blind faith, but inner faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in your effort. Faith in the process. Many people lose confidence because they give up too early. They do not trust the process. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us that growth takes time. Results take time. Change takes time. But if you stay consistent, results will come. When you believe this deeply, you stop doubting yourself every day. You stop changing direction. You stay focused. And when you stay focused for a long time, your confidence becomes unshakable. Now listen carefully. Confidence is not something you find. It is something you build. Step by step. Thought by thought. Action by action. The Bhagavad Gita does not give you shortcuts. It gives you a system. A way of living. If you follow these principles consistently, your confidence will not stay the same. You will think clearly. You will act boldly. You will stop fearing failure. You will stop depending on approval. And slowly, you will become the person you always wanted to be. Remember this. Fear will come. Doubt will come. Difficult situations will come. But now, you have the knowledge. Now, you have the understanding. Now, you have the tools. Do not wait to feel confident. Start acting. Start improving. Start building your inner strength. Stay consistent. Trust the process. And one day, you will realize something powerful. The confidence you were searching for outside was always inside you. Keep going. You are stronger than you think. There is one more powerful insight you must understand if you truly want unshakable confidence. Your confidence grows when your focus shifts from yourself to your contribution. Most people are constantly thinking, how do I look? What will people think? What if I fail? This self-centered thinking creates pressure, and pressure creates fear. But the moment you shift your focus to contribution, everything changes. Instead of asking, will I look confident? You start asking, how can I give my best? How can I help? How can I do this with honesty? This shift removes fear because your attention is no longer on judgment, it is on action. The Bhagavad Gita repeatedly teaches this principle of selfless action. When you act with sincerity, without constantly worrying about how you are being perceived, your mind becomes lighter, your actions become stronger, and your confidence becomes natural. You stop performing for approval and start acting with purpose. At the same time, you must learn to accept that growth is a journey, not a moment. Confidence is not built in one big success. It is built in small daily wins that nobody sees. The days when you show up even when you feel tired. The days when you try again after failure. The days when you choose discipline over comfort. These are the moments that quietly shape your personality. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us that steady effort is more powerful than sudden intensity. So do not rush your progress. Do not compare your journey with others. Stay committed to your path and trust that every small step is building something meaningful inside you. And finally, remember this deeply. You are capable of far more than you believe right now. The only thing standing between you and your confidence is consistent action guided by the right understanding. When you combine self-awareness, disciplined action, and inner detachment, confidence is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you live. So move forward with courage. Stay consistent. Trust your effort. And one day, without even realizing it, you will become calm, strong, and truly confident from within. If you enjoyed this story and want to improve your English and your life, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join this learning journey with us. And watch the next story on your screen to continue improving your English.